Good day, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris. I'm the Batman statue collector, and here on this channel, we like to do high-end statue collecting reviews and unboxings, and that is exactly what we are going to do today because I'm reviewing this piece right here. It is the Joker Orochi quarter-scale statue from the Samurai line and from our friends over at XM Studios. Now, this is my fourth piece in this collection. I've never owned XM pieces until the last month, and obviously, as you can see, I've gone down the rabbit hole for sure, and I've got more pieces coming, which I can't wait to share that experience with you guys. But again, this Joker Orochi I've already had in the Batcave, and that was thanks to collector Joe Latore, who actually sold me this one, and sold me Harley, and sold me Deathstroke. And I want to thank him because back last year he trusted me enough to say, hey Chris, I want to send this to you so you can review and send back to me. And so that's exactly what we did. But now I have the exact same one back. So if you want to check out that old review, you can check it out right up above. And it's always neat to get different perspectives on these statues. And speaking of perspectives, I want to give you a manner perspective as well. I'm going to link one more link right up here when our friend Dan Default from Wayne Manor North, who's been doing all of these incredible unboxings with me, because he has all of these pieces and he did a review as well. So definitely check out that review as well, because again, it does offer a different perspective. You know, art is always subjective, and that's what makes this hobby so much fun. And so I'm going to be reviewing this guy today. And again, I've had him in the Batcave before. I was impressed the first time. I'm even more impressed this time. Now, I do want to say that he does take up a lot of room. He is a sizable piece in your collection, and so you are going to need to make room, especially if you are collecting this entire line. Some of the larger pieces are Joker, Penguin, and also, of course, Bane, who I am getting in really soon. I can't wait to review him for you guys. But from top to bottom, this is going to be a very fun piece to review today. I'm going to give you my full thoughts. I'm going to give you close-ups, of course, measurements, and everything in between. But before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to my sponsor here for this video, the Coldest Water Bottle. Absolutely fantastic. You guys have heard me talk about it, and a lot of you out there have messaged me saying, hey Chris, I bought this, I love it. So again, thank you very much to the Coldest Water Bottle. If you use the code Batman at checkout, you do get 10% off your order. I will put those links down below, and they're also doing a giveaway currently. So again, Coldest Water, I definitely recommend them. But without further ado, let's get to the review. Alright guys, so I want to show you some of the close-ups here. Just absolutely incredible head sculpt here. You can really see the detail on the tongue and on the teeth. It's just really impressive. The gold colors here, the crazy maniacal hair. Again, this is a big, sizable, heavy piece that's in my hand here. You notice the great kind of pink elements for the skin tone, gives it some differentiation there on the flesh. The darkening around the eyes. Again, he just looks crazy. And again, those gold elements are just incredibly detailed, ornate. But again, it's just, I mean, you can see how big it is in my hand here. And just really impressive piece. I love this one. Here's going to be some details on the hands. Again, you have that gold and purple, intricate detail. The skin, the nails looks great. Again, these swords are metal, which is very impressive. It really captures the shine really well, which is nice, but really impressive detail. This is one of the swap out arms here. And again, just you can really see how much thought and detail and how much intricate paintwork there is on this. It's just really quite impressive. All right, so now here is the second portrait. I mean, just look at that. It's crazy. Look at the eyes. Look at the teeth. Look at the shininess on the lips. Again, it's just very cool. Of course, you have the green long hair, which is great. But, I mean, come on. How great is that? Definitely your more traditional Joker for sure. The one I'm going to show you next, definitely not a traditional Joker. So this head sculpt is the version B head sculpt. Again, not everybody picked this one up, but I really like this one a lot. It's just very samurai. Look at the rope effect there with the hair pulled back. Obviously this is more of a traditional person wearing this crazy Joker mask. The red lips and the gold. Just a very cool sculpt. It's the pink elements there, so it looks like there's makeup applied to real skin. Just very impressive. Love all of these head sculpts. All right, let's get to the review. All right, guys, so we have him here set up on the table, and again, this is basically our second go around, but it's going to be fun to talk about him today and, you know, compare and contrast what I felt like the first time I saw this. And again, this is the exact same one I had before. But anyway, let's go ahead, like we always do, and start with the base. Now, this base is massive. It is so large. It is definitely the largest of the samurai bases that I've owned so far. I do think that Bane could potentially take that over for the #1 spot. But anyway, I just want to point out all of these amazing snakes, these serpents, these dragons, whatever you want to call them. They are the Orochi. And it's just absolutely incredible because it's like this carved stone. And the colors here, hopefully it picks up on camera pretty well. And it's very subtle to the naked eye. But you have grays, you have black, you have red elements here. And it all ties together with all of the other paint colors. So the paint application here is just phenomenal. You have wood elements here, like old rotted wood from this ancient temple. Obviously over here you have the actual temple itself. Again, this matches up you know, really well to me to the original Batman as well with this base. But as you can see, it's just so incredible. And you have, again, rock work. You've got some green in here, kind of that moss effect. And then again, all of these heads, which again are just really, really impressive. And then of course, as you go up, you have, you know, this big pillar piece. This was actually a piece that keyed in. I mean, just look at that. It just is really, really neat. All the fangs sticking out. It just looks amazing. And then again, you have this incredible roof line that just kind of juts out from the rock and the stone. And again, this thing, this just this giant serpent here. This Orochi is taking over the base. Again, you can see color differentiation here, kind of a greenish color, a reddish color. So it's kind of like the striped effect. But again, it's very subtle to the naked eye. It picks up even better on camera. You have the tail swooping up here. Again, that kind of like that petrified wood look, which looks great. But again, just look at the details. Look at the scaling. Just very, very cool. And then again, those heads are awesome. Of course, you have the big one up here at the top, which looks great as well. You have the tongue sticking out. Again, just really fun. And again, this is a base that definitely tells a story, without a doubt. All of these XM pieces do. It's very, very impressive. Okay, so that's basically what the base looks like. Again, it's quite large. And I will give you, of course, dimensions and measurements here in just a bit. But in the meantime, let's focus on the actual statue itself. Now, I do have a bright light, as always, shining on this, and hopefully you guys can see. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but there's some really nice texturing on the actual socks. You have the thongs there as well. But then we get into the armor, and you see like some nice purple cloth underneath separating, and again, that is fully sculpted. But you see the battle damage. Obviously, this is, to me, some sort of royalty. Joker is royalty here. You have this incredible detail. Look at that. It's just really, really impressive. And then, of course, the detail going up into the pant leg. I mean, look at that. Look how intricate that is. It's really, really well done. And again, the other foot goes back more into the base, like he's kind of walking forward. But again, I'm just so impressed with all the details that you see on this piece. Again, you know, it is fully sculpted, but it does look like cloth under there, which is really cool. Again, you have nice shades of gold and purple. Just a lot going on with this piece. Then you get into the kind of like the skirt area. Again, very, very decorative. Just amazing. Look at the detail here on the inner part of the coat. Look at that. It's just so intricate. So beautiful. That bright, you know, beautiful gold color just looks fantastic. And then, of course, as you spin him, you have, again, really great texturing. It's kind of like almost like a burlap material with some weathering around the armpit area, just like, you know, real cloth would wear. Just very smart sculpt. The cape, which is interesting for a Joker character to have a cape, but you can see the weathering. And again, the texturing is, you have these purples at the bottom, the red, the areas where there's, obviously there's been battle, there's been war. It really is the Joker War. It really is. But again, you can just see the detail. It's just incredible. Again, I love the differentiation of color here, even on the base. You have some red, some tan, then it gets into the gray and the green and the reds. Just again, there's so much going on with the paint application. It's just very impressive. Of course, as we go up this figure, you're going to notice the incredible tattoo work. So let me kind of come up here and I'll show you from a different angle how that is painted on. Again, it tells the story. And again, tattooing might not be everybody's cup of tea when they think of Joker, but obviously this is a very different take on the Joker for sure. As we get up into the arm area, you're going to notice again those beautiful purples, the black, the gold, the weathering. It's just very, very impressive. And then of course we also have this great detailing on the shoulder armor, greens and purples and golds. And again, all of those X's match the X's on the side. And then of course as we come around, they also match the armor on the front, which again is just very, very impressive. The other hand, again, there are different swap outs on the other side, but the hand is what you get on this side, kind of leaning up against the Orochi. Again, just incredible detail there on the side. And that does bring us then to the portrait. And the portrait is just insane. This is the one I see most people display. I'm not sure if this is my favorite. This might be my second or third favorite, actually. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, just look at that. Look at the detail. Look how maniacal he looks. He's licking the blade. Look at the teeth. Look how good the teeth are. So impressive. Again, you can do some different swap outs here. I love the fact that it's got like this, rope look around. It's just very, very just intricate. Look at the detail here on the helmet. I mean, look at that. It's just so well sculpted. And of course, he's got this crazy, crazy hair. And again, I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but you can just really, really see the detail. Obviously, there's multiple shades of green. And that back detail on the helmet, again, you notice those X's. Again, it all ties together beautifully on this piece. It's just a very epic Joker. Again, it's a very different take on him, obviously, being a samurai, but that's what I like, that he's different. It's funny too that one of these head sculpts actually has grown on me a lot. I didn't really like it at first, but there's another head sculpt I'm going to show you that might be my favorite. But again, let me kind of show you that whole look of what you're getting there. But again, look at that. It's just, again, crazy good. White, beautiful paint. The tongue is glossy. The teeth are kind of that translucent material. It just looks so real. The blade handle. Again, this is a real metal here, a real metal material. So it really captures the shine of the light. And again, I do have a bright light shining on this. So, okay, so let me give you just kind of one final pan with this look. And now let me go ahead and show you the next swap out. So this is the next look, and what I've done is I've changed it out for the much longer blade. This is the full sword, and a lot of people display that with the sword going back. There is an arm swap out, which I'll show you here in a second, but this is the second portrait. You do get this one with the version A, and of course the one I'm showing you here is going to be the version B. It does have that third head sculpt. This was the head sculpt that I had planned on keeping on the statue itself, kind of just exactly this pose. I feel like it is the most Joker, but still samurai-ish. We got the long hair, which is different for the Joker for sure. Teeth look really great. The eyes are amazing. I showed this to my wife, and this is her least favorite head sculpt. So I thought, I always like to kind of get her opinion and have her chime in. Again, so this is the second blade option. I don't see too many people doing it this way. Most people have the blade with the arm down, I just think this looks, you know, kind of badass actually. I just think it looks great. Again, you have a metal sword, which adds to the realism. Again, I just think that looks very, very cool overall with that look. Definitely changes things up a little bit for sure. But again, that portrait is just amazing. Again, you have the long hair, fully sculpted, just hanging down. So it's not as maniacal in terms of the hair being kind of like snake-like like the last portrait. But this one I really, really like as well. Again, it's not a samurai, it's definitely more Joker. But I really like this one a lot. Alright guys, so this is the third portrait, and this one, like I was mentioning earlier, this one I didn't love at first. But this might be the way I go, because I really like different. I really want different in my collection. And I really like the more samurai elements that this line offers. Again, there's, you know, in the Batman, there's more of a traditional Batman look. On Deathstroke, you know, it's like all of these characters have that, the option. But I kind of really like this one. I like that it's this mask. I love the detail on the back. So he's got his hair in a bun, pulled back tight. He's got the rope holding his mask on. And again, the mask is just very samurai. And it's very demented and evil. Again, my wife really liked this one, actually. I think this was her favorite. So I just kind of want to slide back here a little bit again and show you kind of what that looks like. Because again, I think this might be the look I go, surprisingly. Which I'm kind of surprised on myself, you know. I did keep that same sword swap out. But I don't know, there's something about it. I like the way that he's kind of looking off to the side. Whereas with the other ones, he's looking kind of straight on. I don't know. There's just something about the way this looks I like. Again, it's just very, very samurai to me. Alright, let me show you the arm swap out next, and some of the weapon accessories as well that you can swap this out with. Alright, so this is the other arm swap out here, and obviously it gives it a little bit different look with his arm straight down. Obviously there's going to be a couple of different weapons, which I showed you guys earlier. And just again, some of the detail here. Very similar look, I mean, although, you know, it's, I guess, a little bit more, maybe more relaxed. Again, I just prefer the arm up with the sword. I just think that looks cooler. It highlights the sword better. And these weapons are neat, but again, it's just not necessarily my favorite look. But again, it's just really cool to see the different options. And I, you know, thank XM for always offering a lot of different swap outs. It's always really nice. Switch it up. Alright, let me swap out for the crowbar next. So here is the crowbar, and just look at that. It's like got congealed blood on it. Very gross. I love it. Love it, love it. And obviously you have, you know, that second hand there holding the crowbar. Now the crowbar to me is a little bit too modern. I know that the Samurai line mixes modern with, you know, ancient, but I don't know. I would never display the crowbar. But it is cool. There's no doubt about it. It is cool. But I don't know. Just not my favorite look. I'm going to swap it out for the large sword so you guys can see that, because I think you'll like that look better. So this look is really cool, actually. It's got the sword going back behind him. Now if you do this though, it's going to really increase the depth. So yes, it looks awesome, but yeah, unless you have a lot of room, I don't really know how many collectors will be able to display it this way, because again, it really does go back quite far. So anyway, it does look cool though. There's no questioning that. But again, I just really prefer the arm up with the sword for sure. But all of these swap outs are really quite impressive, especially the head sculpts. I mean, they're just all three really great. So with that said, I'm going to set them up here and do some measurements for you guys. And again, just, man, what a beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, as always, I like to do measurements for you guys. And again, this is a sizable piece. There's no doubt about it. He is going to take up a bulk of your samurai space if you are collecting this line. Now, like I mentioned, Bane, who I'm getting in really soon, I'm anxious to see how much room he takes up compared to this Joker. But again, it is a large piece. Now, again, these measurements are going to be approximate, of course. Again, I'm just eyeballing here, but you're going to need, let's see, let me make sure I've got this about right. You're going to need close to 22 inches in width Okay, so again, it's a large piece. When you're talking about depth here, you are talking about from the top of the snake's head, or the front of the snake's head, to the back of the building, you're going to need approximately 18 inches. So 18 to 19 depending on the angle. Again, it has some areas that do stick out. The back of the serpent there definitely sticks out a little bit in the back of the red roof line as well. But let's go ahead and do the height. And again, these are approximate here, guys. Let's see if I can get that close enough to it. He is going to be, let me get to the top of the turntable. He's going to be about 26 and a half inches tall, 26, 27, somewhere in there. So again, he is a tall piece. I think he is about maybe a little bit higher than the original Batman. Of course, I will put them next to each other to see. But again, it is going to take up some room in your collection for sure. But in my opinion, totally worth it. Have it. What do you think of the Joker Orochi? I absolutely think it is fantastic. Again, there was originally going to be a different concept for this piece, and I really liked that one. But I am glad they did what they did, especially with the Orochi, the 8-headed snake, the serpent. I really, really like that and appreciate the storytelling elements that this thing provides. I absolutely love statues like that. I talk about it here all the time on the channel. And how great does it look next to the original Batman? I think by far this Batman is my favorite in the line so far out of the 4 pieces. But again, I'm getting a lot more pieces in, and by the time I get them all in, I think I probably should do like a top 10 video, right, of how I'm gonna rank them. So definitely check that out. That'll be coming in probably the next month or so. We'll see. But without a doubt, this line has been incredible. I've really enjoyed collecting. I've really enjoyed trying to track the older pieces down. But does this piece get the BSC seal of approval? Does it get a recommendation? And I absolutely say yes. I would recommend every single piece in this line so far. Harley, I'm still a little bit on the fence because of the fact that she's not quite as samurai as some of the others. So I'm excited to get more pieces in. But without a doubt, they're all phenomenal pieces of art. And again, they all get the BSC recommendation for sure, 100%. What do I get this guy out of 10? I give him a 9.4 out of 10. I think he's really amazing. I love all the different head sculpts. I don't give out 10s very often, but for me a 9.4 is pretty darn awesome. So I really love this. I love the paint applications. I love everything that XM's doing with this line. And you really truly have to see it in person to appreciate it. I was somebody that didn't. I did not appreciate the art until I got them in hand. It changed, I'm gonna quote Dan, it changed my perspective, for sure, 100%. So again, I'm gonna leave it over to you. What do you guys think of it? Do you own it, or are you planning on getting it because of these reviews here on the channel? I love to hear that. Thank you guys so very much for watching today. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click the notification bell, and if you want to take it one step further and help support the channel, hit the join button down below for early access and other perks. You can read all about it down below. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'll see you soon right here in the Batcave. Bye everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.